What is going on, everybody? My name is Keenan Costain, and welcome back to another episode of Hornets Recaps. And on today's episode, we'll be discussing the Charlotte Hornets' victory over the Boston Celtics. Yes, the Boston Celtics 117 to 90. And without further ado, let's go over the box score and stats throughout this game. Alright, so taking a look at the box score for the Charlotte Hornets, Kon Knueppel leading the way with 20 points, 4 rebounds, 7 for 14 from the field, 4 for 8 from the three-point line. Kon Knueppel, a bounce-back game, which we'll get to later in this episode. LaMelo Ball, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 7 for 17 from the field, 4 for 10 from the three-point line. Brandon Miller, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 for 13 from the field, 2 for 5 from the three-point line. For the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics last night, Derek White leading the way with 29 points, 9 for 17 from the field, 3 for 9 from 3, 8 for 8 from the free throw line. And you also had Jaylen Brown, 20 points, 7 for 19 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 5 for 6 from the free throw line, along with 11 rebounds, 7 assists. And the next player on this list is Luke Garcia went 3 for 5 in this game. Went 1 for 3 from the free throw line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line in this game. And there's a lot of points, a lot of players, I should say, with a lot of 9 points. So just to name maybe about 2 or 3 like I normally do. So those are your players for the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the team stats in this game, with the Charlotte Hornets shooting at 46.1% from the field to the Boston's 38%. The three-point percentage, 38.8% for Charlotte to Boston's 27.8. The free throw percentage was a 95% for Boston's and 81% for Charlotte. So Boston winning the free throw battle. The total rebounds in this game, Boston winning that category. So this is the first time in quite some time that the Hornets have not won the total rebound category. The offensive rebounds, however, 11 to 9, Charlotte winning that one. Defensive rebounds, 36 to 32, Boston winning that category. The assists with 26 to 18, Charlotte, and 4 blocks for Charlotte, 3 blocks for Boston. 10 steals for the Charlotte Hornets to the Celtics 1. And the turnovers, 15 for Boston, 4 for Charlotte. That's it. 4. Unbelievable. That's fantastic. Fantastic stuff. Points out turnovers tells a story. 21 for Charlotte, 5 for Boston. Fast break points, 22 for Charlotte, 9 for Boston. 32 and the points in the paint, 32 for Charlotte, 9 for Boston. Points in the paint, Celtics winning that category 38 to 32. Points per possession, 1.28 for Charlotte, 0.9 for Boston. 19 personal fouls for Charlotte to the Celtics 14. And largest lead for the Charlotte Hornets, 29 to the Celtics, 0. Did not lead in this game. Came close to taking the lead a couple of times, but that did not lead in this game. For my Hornets, player of the game belongs to Coby White with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 6 for 9 from the field, 2 for 3 from the three-point line. Coby White did not suit up against the Dallas Mavericks, which was a home game on Tuesday, but was able to come back and play against the Boston Celtics. Coby White has been a phenomenal piece to this team from the trade deadline, and Coby White was able to lift up the bench as well, which we'll get to more in a minute as well. So Coby White doing Coby White things, having a reliable asset on this team with going 6 for 9, 2 for 3 from the three-point line. That's what you need a player that can give you 16 to 18 points a night, and he's doing it off the bench, kind of like what Colin Sexton has been doing for Charlotte before he got traded in the trade deadline. So Cody White is your Hornets player of the game. So what are my thoughts during this game? Well, I thought this was the best wire-to-wire victory of the year, and there has to be a game throughout the season. I can't really recall at the moment what that victory was. Believe it was the Utah game, if my memory suits me correctly. And this was a fantastic win. I have no words to describe what I witnessed last night. And to do it on the road, TD Garden, a tough place to play, so many victories, so much history with the Boston Celtics, one of the most oldest teams in the NBA. That is unbelievable. Kon Knueppel having a bounce back game again with Kon Knueppel's stats. He had 20 points, 4 rebounds, 7 for 14 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. I thought it was a much needed bounce back game after struggling against the Portland Trail Blazers and the Dallas Mavericks. And with the Dallas Mavericks only getting one 3-point shot to go down. And it seemed like Kon Knueppel had a staff meeting with himself after that Dallas Mavericks game. I have to be better. I have to do better. I have to help my team and in any way that I can. And he's been doing that. But his 3-point percentage was or has been off, despite yesterday shooting 4 for 8. So Kon Knueppel putting up the stats like he has been before the Portland Trail Blazers and the Dallas Mavericks game. So Kon Knueppel, a great bounce back game in Boston. And lastly, I want to talk about the bench before we get to the third section of this video. So the bench scoring a 44 to 26, and it was great to see guys like Kobe White, obviously. You had Josh Green doing his thing, and you had wouldn't say Grant Williams because he did not play in this game, and Team John Shalom did not also play in this game, but Kobe White doing the heavy lifting, like I mentioned before, with the 20 points in this game. Pat Connaughton was able to get some minutes. Antonio Reeves was able to get some playing time. Ryan Kalkbrenner did some great things as well, especially in the second half, start of the third quarter. He was able to get going with coming off the bench for Musa Diabate, taking that role at the center position. So Ryan Kalkbrenner doing the same. Everybody doing this thing. It was just it's great, man. It's great. So the Hornets bench also playing well in this game as well. So with that being said, the starting lineup being 20-2 on the season with LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Kon Knueppel, Miles Bridges, and Mr. Diabate. I mean, like I keep, like I said in the last video, excuse me, how far can the starting lineup go, and how many wins can they get before the season ends? And it'll be interesting to see how far this team can go. And it's currently 6 in a row, and the 10th straight road win as well, which is a franchise record in this game. Um, this was a phenomenal stat to see. And as I'm checking my notes here, and for the third section of this video, yes, 10 straight road wins, the longest active streak in the NBA with the 6, 9-4 of games in back-to-back situations, 15-2 when holding opponents to 100 points or less, and it's the 6 straight wins by 16 points or more. So what can you say? The Hornets are playing their best ball right now. I think they can make a push for the 6th seed. I really think they can if this momentum keeps up, which I sure hope it does. So fingers and toes crossed. There's a lot of season still left to go with about 20 more games left, so a lot can still happen during that span, and we'll see what happens going forward. So now I'll do it for another episode of Hornets Recaps. Again, my name is Keenan Costain. Thank you for joining me today. And if you like what you see, feel free to give it a like. Subscribe down below for more. And the next game will take place against the Miami Heat at home on Friday, March 5th. A quick one game stop at home before they get back on the road, which we'll get to later, uh, earlier in the early week. And until next time, have a good one, folks. See ya.